Hi guys, it's Hanya here. Welcome to Hanyalas. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cozy cake. This giant hot cocoa cake was so fun to make and I can't wait to show you how I put it all together. I was inspired by candy canes and knitting. So let's get started. First I made coffee sugar syrup. Basically I boiled water and sugar for about 10 minutes and then I let it cool, and now I'm flavoring it with vanilla extract and espresso powder. You can prepare your sugar syrup ahead of time, store it in a fridge for up to a week. And for all the recipes, be sure to visit my blog. Link is in the description box under the video. Next, we're going to prepare our cakes. So I baked delicious chocolate cakes. I made 4 6-inch cakes and I'm going to trim the top because it's slightly domed. Don't worry though, no cake is gonna be wasted. You can snack on it later. And I'm also going to cut out middle from one of the cakes, keeping the ring only. So take a large cookie cutter and carefully cut that out, and then I'm going to keep the ring and stick it in a freezer until it's firm. It really shouldn't take that long, maybe 30 minutes or an hour. It's rather thin piece of a cake. So it's gonna be easier to handle when it's frozen. Next, prepare buttercream. So today I'm using Swiss buttercream. I flavored my buttercream with peppermint flavoring. When using concentrating flavoring, be sure to only use drops. Don't add a whole tablespoon in because it may be too much. Fit 2 piping bags with a round tip number 12 and then fill the bags with red and white buttercream. Now we're gonna squirt the delicious coffee sugar syrup over the cakes, and then we're going to pipe layers of buttercream, starting with red in the middle and then pipe a circle around with white, alternating with red, and so on. I'm also going to support my cake, so I'm going to use drinking straws. Then we're gonna add another layer of red and white circles. And now it's time to take out that frozen ring and place it on the top. Next step is crumb coating. So I'm gonna crumb coat the cake with white buttercream. Crumb coating is basically just a thin layer of buttercream on the cake. It's going to seal all the cake crumbs so they're not gonna get into our final coat of buttercream. Once you're done crumb coating, you can chill the cake until buttercream is firm. Usually I find about 30 minutes to an hour it's sufficient. And then we can frost the cake with the final coat of buttercream. I colored my buttercream with black food coloring to get this nice light gray color. And I'm going to again stick the cake into the fridge until buttercream firms up and we are ready for the next step. Now I'm going to show you how to make candy canes from fondant. I actually kneaded in some Tylose powder into my homemade marshmallow fondant. So Tylose powder makes your fondant dry faster. Now we're gonna glue pieces together, forming a disc, and then I'm going to use my hands or fingers to shape it into a log. And I'm going to use a candy cane to make a handle. So now shape it and turn it like so. And once you start twisting it, you'll see how it's gonna change and it will look like a candy cane. I'm going to shape it using a large hard cutter. We're gonna trim the ends, and while the fondant is still soft, I'm going to insert toothpick into each end. Use a twisting motion when you're going in with a toothpick. And then we just have to forget about it and let it dry. Because I added the Tylose powder, it's not gonna take hours and hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours should be sufficient. Now I'm going to make a pouch with red and white buttercream. This is going to be used to create that marbled sweater or marbled knitted design on the cake. So I'm going to thread it through, and then we're gonna use a small star tip. I'm using a star tip number 14 to pipe my sweater. First though, I'm making an indentation with a hard cutter into my chilled cake, and then also a line at the top just so I know where to start piping. First we're going to make a marbled design. So I'm using a shell border to create this design, and we're gonna go all around, and then you should fill the heart. I actually fill the heart between, but practically it would be ideal if you go all around and then use your remaining buttercream to make the heart. To make the heart, I'm using a rope border, and I'm going to hide the seam between the marbled design and the red with a shell border. Your buttercream will become softer as you are piping with it and you're holding the bag. Heat of your hands will make the buttercream softer. So when that happens, just stick it in the fridge for 5 minutes and then continue piping. To make this design a bit neater, I'm going to hide the bottom using a zigzag pattern, and then on the top I'm just gonna go all around and pipe a shell border. Now we can make chocolate spoons. So I melted some white chocolate candy melts, and I added few discs of black candy melts to get a nice gray color. Now we can pipe gray chocolate into the silicone mold, and I'm going to stick this into the fridge for about 20 minutes until chocolate is completely set. Now be super careful when you are taking these out because they do break rather easily. I broke all but one. But if you do break them, it's an easy fix. Just heat the plate in a microwave and then you can melt the ends a little bit and glue them together. Now to make a silver spoon, I'm using silver luster dust, and we're gonna brush that all over our chocolate spoon. Now heat the toothpick in a microwave for about a minute or two, and then just insert the tip of the toothpick into the spoon. This is gonna help to keep the spoon upright when we are ready to insert it into the cake. I'm filling the cavity with some chocolate ganache. And now we're going to stick in that silver spoon like so. I'm using micro marshmallows. These are soft, they are not dehydrated. That's what's really cool about these. They're really hard to find, so if you can't find them, just use regular mini marshmallows instead. And now I'm gonna insert the handle we made earlier. And I'm going to also crush some peppermint candy canes, and we're going to sprinkle some of those on the top. You can use a rolling pin or a meat tenderizer to crush these. And I think I'm missing something, so I decided to add a candy cane on the side there, so I made a hole in the cake with a lollipop stick and then carefully insert the candy cane like so, and now it's complete. Check that out. I love the stripes. That is so awesome. I haven't done this technique before, and I think I'm gonna try to do it maybe with ombre or rainbow. That would be really fun. This was such a fun project. I really enjoyed making this cake, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and if you like my video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. For all the recipes and tools used in today's tutorial, be sure to visit my blog. Link is in the description box under the video, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified about my new uploads. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.